Alright, so jumping back in with Theater of War, continuing the Battle of France that I started um, with Command Ops. It's a couple days later. The Command Ops battle that I fought was somewhere around here, I think, is where Hanoi is. It's a couple of German divisions, German armored divisions, somewhere in this vicinity, not shown on this map. Um, Against a couple of French light mechanized divisions, which were essentially tank divisions, but with a somewhat healthier ratio of tanks to infantry. But that took place on May 12th, so this is May 14th. The Germans are breaking through at Sedan, or I assume that's where this battle is taking place. To see if I can shuffle units around. I think I'm more or less happy with the newer 25mm gun on this. More characteristics on this. Reload time 3 seconds. Okay. Oh, I can't grab that. Well, then I'll take that one back. Oh, not enough points. Okay. We'll get this thing started. Gonna zoom in and see the close-in tactical picture of the fighting I was doing in Command Ops 2. The frustrating thing is I've kind of committed at this point to playing through my games in chronological order, and I'm in early World War II right now, but uh, Combat Mission Cold War has well, not just come out. It's been like a month or so, but the hype is still riding strong, and I'm seeing uh, gameplay from that come out, and I've bought it, I have it, but it's 1980s, and I'm currently right at the dawn of the 1940s. It's going to be a while before I get to that. So all I can do is watch from afar. Um, Actually, I don't even want to do that because I don't want any spoilers on any of the scenarios. But I'll dip in and out of the YouTube creators that are um, that are doing Combat Mission Cold War gameplay footage. I'll just like their videos and then dip back out because I don't want any spoilers. Of course, on the bright side, by the time I do get to Cold War era, maybe a couple of modules have been released to give us West German and British forces. As interested as I am to see the American M60 tank in action, it'll also be interesting to see the Leopard 1 in action and the British Chieftain. That thing's gonna kick ass in this time period. But anyway, return to a World War II frame of mind. Early World War II. I am dealing with um, opposing forces are equipped with Panzer 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s, and Panzer 35Ts and 38Ts. I have R35s, S35s, H35s, and Charby ones. Okay, I don't actually get to participate in this fighting here. The Germans are taking this line, and I'm gonna have to retake it from them.
Vous avez de nouveaux ordres.
Okay, need to reestablish that defensive line. Also, there's an objective down here at this bridge that I don't have just yet. The objective down here is closer. So I need to move out of this position quickly, because I don't want to be getting fired on by distant enemy AT guns there and tanks. That is a kilometer away, so hopefully I won't have to worry about that too much. So what I want to do, I think, to start is I want to turn right and deal with the forces over here. Secure this bridge. And then I could advance over the dead ground here and emerge practically on the enemy's flank here. Where's it? That looks like a pretty gentle slope down this way. Can I? It's bumping up against the edge of the map here. Kind of an invisible line that I can't really see where the edge of the map is, but it's around here. And I might be able to squeeze my troops down the edge of this hill here. Down this slope, kind of around where the edge, just between this hill and the edge of the map here. Might be able to squeeze my troops down here. I assume they can get down this way. There's a trail here, so for sure they should be able to get down this way. Wherever I bring them down, I want them to be able to form a firing line pretty quick. Get spread out. I don't want them all clustered together. There's somewhere I can set them up over here. They should be out of line of sight of the enemy forces over there. I want them to hit this position first, and then move up along this valley here. Not exactly. It's kind of a valley. There's two hills, and this is a low depression area. I want them to then move up along here and strike this position almost from the flank as much as possible. See if I can get them lined up behind the depression here. And that should also give ample time for reinforcements to arrive while I'm dealing with this objective. Reinforcements will attack straight down this way, while my original starting forces, what's left of them after taking this objective, will do a right hook here. The question is... Okay, main thing is I want to get my tanks in relative dead ground so they're not under fire from over here. Put them over here. I want to get them lined up. Can they make it down this way? If not, they'll end up... that armor is very thin. The H-35's armor is pretty good. Okay. So I think I am going to orient them hit in two prongs. Oh no, if I go over this way, they will be visible to the enemy here. It's fine, we'll set up a firing position about here-ish. It should be relatively safe against enemy fire from over here. That hole down over here. Not remotely. Okay, let's back you up from the hill a little bit. Yeah, is there a position that's gonna be able to be... No, the hill is sloping up, so I'm not gonna be able to get hull down. The main thing is making sure its left flank is protected. So, what am I gonna do with my infantry? I don't want them coming in piecemeal, so I need to get them all lined up on the ridge and coming over all at once. Okay, I think I want to get my infantry lined up facing this way, and they'll move forward until they're kind of in dead ground over here, and then I'll wheel them right, and they should still be in dead ground relative to the enemies over here. And I'm going to see if I can minimize this game for a moment, and... Okay. I was just checking OBS in the background, making sure everything was recording right. It looks good. Hopefully I didn't just mess everything up. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna get my infantry oriented over this way. They need to be far enough to the left that they're not under fire. Okay, they shouldn't at any point come under fire from the right. I think they're safe there. Relatively. We'll line them up over here. Their first action is going to be to rush forward until they're in dead ground relative to these positions here. Then when they're in dead ground relative to this trench here, I will reorient them to the right and line them up on this ridge here, which should still, so long as it's kind of below this slope here, like over here, I'll line them up on the ridge have them all form a firing line. And the ones that are along this path here should at least be able to advance downwards. Oh, I don't want you peeking up over here until everyone is in a position to start shooting. I want everyone coming out at once. Do want you to start exploring over this way. It's safe to do so. Yeah, that should be. Yeah, I want to see if it's possible to swing down this way, if that's a viable route. And if so, then stay concealed. Oh, there's no way they're gonna stay concealed back here. Is there? Yeah, no, that's gonna be exposed the whole way down. I was hoping to maybe hit them from multiple directions. I'd hate to have to attack single file down this road. It might be viable to have my maneuver elements moving single file down the road, down the trail here, if I have support elements strung up along the whole hill providing supporting fire. I think we'll lean into that. Keep my armored vehicles back here for the time being until my infantry swing right. Then I will move this tank up into a firing position here. Start pouring machine gun fire and high explosive shells down onto the enemy there, and I'll try to squeeze some armored vehicles past. Flanks will be vulnerable for a minute, but until they're past this area here. That should be fine for these H-35s, because their flank armor is just as strong as their front armor, which works out in this particular circumstance, but I'm not really sure what the designers were thinking. Would have been better to double down on front armor. Yeah, we'll drive past, get to this trail here, and then tanks with close support of at least one section, maybe two sections of infantry, will come and take this this position here. Yeah, we'll keep the tanks where they are now. We'll need to spread the infantry out a little bit more. Don't want them to get too close to the right there. But while we've got an opportunity here, let's take a look at this French infantry squad here. Seems to be, and I assume they got their organization right. They're not, at least down to the squad level, Theater of War seems to get squad organization right. Platoon level and above, I'm not sure about that. They're not quite as meticulous as Combat Mission is. But, like standard French rifle squad here, got 6 men, 4 of which are riflemen. We got the squad leader here. It's just armed with a pistol, which is fine. He should be focusing on leading his squad rather than getting bogged down in the firefight. And then the machine gunner, light machine gunner, armed with the MAC 1924, 25 round magazine, got a bipod and pistol grip. Could provide reasonably good stability in automatic fire. It's got the rifleman armed with a Mas 36, which is much better than the Lebel rifle they were armed with in World War I, because this thing can actually be loaded with 5-round clips, whereas the Lebel had a tube magazine, which you have to load 1 round at a time. There's no way to put a clip down in the top with a tube magazine. But anyway, let's, enough plotting. Get this thing started. I wonder if this plan is over complex. Let's get you oriented. Okay, yeah. These guys rush down roughly here into line and start wheeling right. Line up along the ridge. Tanks come. Some of the tanks come up into a firing position along here. The rest move down along this road and get to this trail here. Move down and start attacking. That's the plan. Okay.
Vous avez de nouveaux ordres.
Yep, they just gave me the objective over here. You guys aren't going to get away in time. Got German Fallschirmjäger here. Wait a minute. Panzer II down here. Issue is, who sees them? Probably some of my infantry. Are my tanks safe? Some of them may not be. Huh. Nope, nope, stop, stop, stop. You're gonna come under fire prematurely. You keep moving. You keep moving. Okay. Probably relatively safe now. Who's shooting at who? An explosion mark there. Ah. Shooting at my infantry here. Just need to get down into dead ground. Okay, that's how far forward they need to go. I don't think I have them going forward enough. Get that far forward. Be safe in dead ground. Okay. Oop. Yeah, the hill kind of works against us a little bit on the approach. Okay. You're safe. Okay. Most of you are now safe, I think. How far forward can the line be? Okay, cannot extend beyond about that point there. Or it'll start coming under fire. That bearish. You there. Is there going to be enough room to bring all of my infantry to bear? Need to keep them from ending up on the upper part of the slope once more. Alright, I think that's also safe from the enemy trenches. Alright, infantry in the enemy trenches there. You to go ahead and move forward.
En avant. Aux armes. À gauche.
Oh, I may have screwed up there.
Attention. Oui, chef.
Shoot at them!
Feu.
Don't push forward too far.
Feu.
Alright, that angling is actually good. Assume this game takes angling into account. You don't have a visual yet on the enemy down there just yet. That's good. Let's wait until everyone is lined up. Then we'll have everyone crest at more or less the same time. Your flank is currently vulnerable. I don't see any AT weapons down there yet. Right. Gonna be the last squad to be in position. It's a habit of making sure you're not moving your line down. And also, don't move until I tell you to move. Having your own initiative, and then there's getting yourself killed. Okay, hold for the time being. Careful. Okay. Everyone, all at once. Crest the hill.
Attention.
Now, actually, I want the more heavily armored R-35 to move ahead of you. And actually, I want the R-35 mostly out of the way of the infantry.
Bichette. Aux armes. Bichette.
You lie down. Now, enemy tanks on our flank. Okay, he's just driving back and forth, I think. Enemy AT gun identified. Is in sight of someone. Someone can see that AT gun. Means someone is in danger from that AT gun. I don't think it's you. Is it you? No. Huh.
Aux armes. Bichette. Aux armes.
When he gets to about that waypoint, I'll have the infantry push forward, and you stop.
Attention.
You wait until the infantry have moved past. I don't want you disrupting their movement.
Oui, chef. Aux armes.
That's far enough. Everyone rush forward, crest that hill at approximately the same time, and start pouring fire down onto the enemy.
Aux armes.
Give me anti-tank gun. Facing just the right way to cause problems for my H-35.
Aux armes.
Not doing much good from there.
En avant.
You make a go for that way around back that may or may not
En avant.
work. Alright. Working, y'all. In position to fire. Get a little bit less vulnerable. Lie down.
Attention.
Okay. The thing has good frontal armor. Also, that looked like a high explosive shot. Lie down, lie down. Alright, still able to put fire. Okay, good. They're still shooting. Inflicting some enemy casualties.
Bichette. Attention.
Tank needs to keep moving. Don't get in the sights of that, don't stay too long in the sights of that AT gun. Casualties already. You're not shooting. Alright, I'll revoke my order to lie down. Just get some shots off at the enemy. I want fire superiority, dagnabbit. Alright, just shoot. Alright, these guys aren't having any trouble getting shots off. Okay. Keep moving, keep moving.
Vous avez de nouveaux ordres.
Enemy is advancing on my flank. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. Are you finding it possible to maneuver down this way? Eh. Maybe. Okay. Okay, you're out of the firing arc of that AT gun. Ooh, perfect. You head down the same route. Oh, no. Wait, get away. Stop. Not as heavily armored as the H-35s. Oh, some troops have to get out of the way for him to press forward. And we're going to need to reorient back to the left. Keep shooting, keep shooting. Take out that crew, but don't destroy the gun. I want to capture it. Come on, get those rounds on target. Will you... Ah, okay, kind of. That route does work. Okay. That's nice to know. Excellent. Nicely done. Okay. Let's get some infantry down here to secure this position and capture the gun. Oh, right. You don't have to crawl anymore. And reorient to the left. Because we have an enemy counterattack to fend off. Oh, wait, hang on. Except the plan was you're going to move down into this valley and we'll attack from this way. Oh, but, stay where you are. Yeah, I'm forgetting the plan. Stay where you are right now until the current position is secured. I want you in Overwatch. I need to...
Michel. Michel.
Okay, managed to, eliminate that AT gun without losing any tanks. You didn't suffer any damage. So you can use weapons other than your machine gun now. Enemy tanks coming in. Panzer 2. Panzer 2.
Aux armes. Michel. À gauche.
Take out
Attention.
those enemy tanks. Okay, it's a long-range target for you. Should be able to get through their armor, even at this range, though. Panzer IIs have relatively light armor. Ooh, but they're targeting my infantry. They could do some serious damage.
Attention.
Mission accomplie.
Conducteur, stop.
Oh, I shouldn't have ordered both sections down at the same time. They're getting clumped up.
Attention.
Okay, yeah, good angling there. That'll help improve the effectiveness of the armor. 45-degree angle there is definitely optimal, since the armor is the same at both the front and the side. It doesn't do any good if you miss. They're off the edge of the map, so I can't get close enough to see what effect we're having. Oh, hey.
Attention.
Actually, stay about where you are. You can shoot them from there. Oh, maybe... Oh, rotate button isn't currently on. Turn a little bit. I want your front mostly facing towards them. Your armor is weak on both the front and the side, but maybe, just maybe, front armor might be enough to bounce a shot or two. Yeah, let's put this enemy AT gun into action for us. Got a full-size crew of 4 there. You provide top observation there. You begin filtering into the valley, orienting the direction I want for my own attack. Yep, the enemy is coming down the valley here. Ooh, better idea. If they're coming right into the valley, stay right there. Okay. One enemy tank down. We need to deal with them before we're hitting the flank ourselves. How long is it going to take for my reinforcements to arrive? There, we've got 30 APHE rounds. Armor-piercing high explosive. That's why it looked like they were firing high explosives at me. Make sure you're facing the enemy and lie down. And don't move without explicit instructions to do so. You're through most of your armor-piercing shells and have only managed to take out one enemy tank. Granted, it is 500 meters away. It might not be the easiest of shots for tanks of this time period. I am going to need you to turn your attention, well, you will soon need to turn your attention left. Oh, there's multiple tanks coming up over the hill. Gotta take that one out. Alright. Should be about a match for Panzer II. Particularly at, what is this, 200 meters? Okay. Focus on that one for now. Looked like a turret shot. Not seeing any damage. I don't think he got through. Ooh. It hit, or penetrating hit on the chassis wasn't enough. Okay. Nor might just focus on whatever one you can get a hit on. Excellent. Both of those tanks are down. I need you two to help out over here. Oh, do not fire on oh, you do have HE shells. Okay, that's fine. Use HE only against the infantry. Not waste precious armor-piercing shells against tanks. Ah! Wait. Did it run over the infantry from, like, 2 meters away? That doesn't make any sense. In any case, if it can do that, maybe move back a bit. Okay. Not a very powerful main gun, it's just a heavy machine gun, but 13.2 millimeters might just be enough to penetrate that armor at point-blank range, like less than 100 meters. It might be able to do the job. Run away! Hey, run away! gun's been knocked out. Stop! Shoot!
Attention.
There. You might be able to do some damage at this range. Oh, nice! It worked! Okay, that's 3 enemy tanks down. It's 1, 2, 3 more that we've spotted. Okay. Push forward just a little bit. I've lost an armored car. Okay. We can win this. Ooh, stay back here. That'll force the enemy to get in close range engagements. I do want to withdraw my infantry a little bit to also be in that nice, relatively safe. Stop. You guys retreat here as well. A lot of ground for you to cover. Oh. Yeah, that's no good. That's a Panzer IV. Those are starting to get more common by the Battle of France. I mean, you have more or less the same varieties of tanks all the way up from Poland straight through to Operation Barbarossa. The difference is in quantities. Okay, I guess by Barbarossa, the 5-centimeter gunned Panzer III has arrived, whereas in Poland and France they just have 37mm guns. But the differences in the proportions in Poland, it was mostly Panzer Is and Panzer IIs with handfuls of Panzer IIIs and IVs, and I don't remember exactly how many Panzer 35Ts and 38Ts. By France, the numbers of Panzer Is and IIs is down to about half of the invading force, and there's a more significant number of Panzer IIIs and IVs, and the remaining half is a mix of 3s, 4s, 38Ts, and 35Ts. And then by Barbarossa, like a quarter of them are Panzer Is and IIs, and Panzer IIIs are finally taking on the prominence that they were always meant to have, as well as having the better 35mm, the better 40mm gun, 50mm gun. Why can't I get it right? Got a hit on this guy before he died, I think. Did he do any significant damage? Or he got a shot off. Not seeing any hits. At least no penetrating hits. That tank is still in full operation. Don't... only one armor-piercing shell left. Fire high explosive only at infantry. Save your armor-piercing shells for the enemy tanks. You use machine guns only against the enemy infantry. We don't have enough armor-piercing ordnance to defeat the enemy tanks. Okay. The AT gun is down for the time being. Can reman it. What's going on with you? Why is your weapon grayed out? Oh, you're out of ammunition. Well, that's not good. And that's not good. But that's good.
Attention!
May come down if we run out of armor-piercing shells in the main guns of my tanks, which we are very close to doing. It may come down to this heavy machine gun here to actually knock out the enemy tanks. We've seen it can do it, it's possible. Just has to be at point-blank range. For the Panzer IV, it's going to have to get a flank shot. It cannot get through the frontal armor at any range. And it looks like the Panzer IV is coming straight for it. Yeah, the Panzer 35T is going to have to get
Attention!
a flank shot.
Oui, chef!
Even at this range, the thing's armor might be just good enough. Oh bugger, that's not good.
Aux armes!
Refocus!
Feu!
That was a good close range hit. He might have knocked out the gun.
Feu!
2 hits on the gun mantlet.
Oui, chef!
Oh. Yeah.
À gauche! Halte! Tireur, arrêt!
Alright, pushing forward.
À droite!
You know, yes, okay. Panzer 35T is knocked out. I'm gonna need reinforcements in order to finish off their tanks.
Attention! En avant! En
Okay.
avant!
What did we lose here? We lost the track, so we're not gonna be able to maneuver with that tank anymore. Okay, Panzer IV is the biggest concern. Okay,
Halte! Tireur,
you have a
arrêt!
shot. From this aspect, I think you can penetrate its armor at this range.
Je vais m'approcher!
And not anymore. The heavy machine gun can get through 16 millimeters of steel at 100 meters or less. It's just barely enough to get through the thinner side armor. Tread's been knocked out. Okay. Oh, but you're down to HE. So you're useless against enemy tanks now. You can still do good work against the infantry.
Attention!
The tread knocked out, and hopefully the gun is knocked out too. Should be able to swivel around, stay side on, 90-degree angle at point blank range. Maybe you can get through. Good work. Okay, now we need you to get an aspect on the Panzer II. Good work. Okay, this heavy machine gun is turning out to be surprisingly effective. Okay. This Panzer II here hasn't moved in a little while.
Attention! Attention!
Okay. If I move this thing out against the Panzer II, it might get itself destroyed immediately by that 20mm gun. It has very thin armor. So I'm going to send this H-35 out. It only has high explosive left, and and its coax machine gun doesn't have enough penetration to get through the armor, but it'll provide a target for the Panzer II to shoot at,
Oui, chef.
so hopefully it won't notice my AMR-35.
Aux armes. En avant.
So
Attention.
the H-35 will provide something to shoot at. The AMR-35 is then going to swing around
Oui, chef.
and get a nice close-in shot. Hopefully I'll get reinforcements soon, so I can conduct the main attack against the enemy line here and retake it for France.
En avant.
Vive la France! Okay,
En
you
avant.
move out now. I don't want you too far behind the enemy, behind our own vehicle.
Attention. En avant.
Just stay in this low ground as far as you can.
Attention.
Alright, I want you to draw its turret away from
Gauche.
the AMR as much as possible. Alright, I think we've got a shot now.
Conducteur, stop.
Closer you can get, the better your penetration. Nice! I think that's taking the turret out. Ooh, yeah, a whole bunch of holes there. These heavy machine guns can defeat light armor at close range. Okay, with the turret out, I want you to now move forward and get a side aspect to finish the job. If I could just get some reinforcements.
Oui, chef.
Fend it, taking the bridge and fend it off the counterattack. I'm going to need reinforcements in order to take my primary objective. Alright. Nice. Okay.
Aux armes.
I have lost most of my troops here. You're not of any use as a tanker anymore since you don't have a tank, but I can use you as gun crew. You're out of ammo, so you'll be best used as gun crew. You only have a pistol, so use you as gun crew. And I think same for you. The rest of you, I think I'm going to treat as a single squad from here on out.
Oui, chef.
No point keeping that order on, you can't move anyway. Yeah, these French tanks can perform if given the opportunity.
Oui, chef.
Even this SA-18 37mm gun, I mean, that's a vintage World War I era gun. This is the same gun that was on the FT-17, but it can defeat Panzer I and II armor at most ranges and aspects. Panzer 35T armor, it can get through frontally, particularly at close range. Panzer III and IV armor, it will struggle against the frontal aspect at any range, but it can get through the side armor.
Oui, chef.
That order off. 8. That's 8 men here. Not quite enough to split up into 2 squads. And there isn't a light machine gun among them. Now, and the AI doesn't know that tank crew are not infantry. He doesn't have a rifle, you're just sending him to die. Oh, yeah, you don't have to crawl. Okay, there's not much more I can do until reinforcements show up. No. Now, I can try. It'll be a pretty weak attack. I can start maneuvering into position, though. When the reinforcements show up, I can then launch my attack. We want to maneuver as far around the flank as possible and get as close as possible. So about here-ish is where we want to get to. So actually, I think what we want to do is move in column close to the coast as possible. That'll make the best use of this dead ground here. Column, that is a closer order formation than I would like. I want to minimize my width, my frontage. We'll go with a wedge. I'll leave the gun and the immobilized tank, obviously, behind. The gun's gonna move too slow. I don't have any trucks to limber it on. And of course the tank is immobilized. I'll get these guys into position, but I won't launch the attack until reinforcements pop up here, which they should do any minute now. Start line will be the last covered position, the last safe position, so about here-ish. Ah! Okay, we have root out the enemy objective. Okay, root out the advancing enemy, root out and destroy the... Okay, that's 2 out of 3 objectives accomplished. I still have the primary to finish. Oh. I mean... Sure, I suppose I could. The enemy abandoning the... Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll win the battle here. That felt a little anticlimactic there. But yeah, okay, that went pretty well. I did lose a couple of vehicles, and, no... Did I lose both armored cars? Were both of those knocked out? I know one of my tanks was immobilized, and given the fast-paced nature of... I mean, it's just a tread that needs to be replaced, so under different circumstances we could probably recover the tank, but given the fast-paced nature of the fighting in France in 1940, we probably won't have a chance to recover it, so that one is probably lost. Captured an AT gun, knocked out 7 enemy tanks, that's doing pretty good, and inflicted twice as many personnel casualties as I took. So yeah, that went well. I am happy with that result. My first theater of war victory, my second victory in the series so far, out of a whole bunch of battles. But yeah, it feels like things are looking up. I'll catch you in the next one. The Battle of France will continue.